All right. We're allegedly live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Keyboard Warriors, presented by RepTheWarriors.com. My name is Eddie Law. That's Fred Kirby. Just we have no idea where he is. He just shows up when he feels like it. So I guess we'll find out soon. Anyway, it's week fight. I was gonna say week fight. It's fight week, ladies and gentlemen. UFC 251 this Saturday night on pay-per-view. I already got man, we're not even to weigh-in day, and we already got thrown all the curveballs we can handle. Right. So kicking off the top. Just right off the top, Mr. Gilbert Burns tests positive for COVID-19. Then we get a nice little Christmas present of Jorge Masvidal stepping in for him to fight Kamaru Usman for the title. Now, that you get that news, right? The Burns shit happens, and we're like, fuck. Jorge Masvidal takes over. We're like, how did you feel about that? Because I was hyped.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. This was one for COVID. Shout out to you, Corona. You finally did something good, you cocksucker. I mean, this is the fucking fight we all really wanted from the jump street anyways, right? They had a little bit of a disagreement of opinion. They couldn't come to the right number. This is the fight that should have happened from the jump street. Now, not to say that Gilbert Burns didn't deserve it and that he might not beat both these cocksuckers. He's a bad motherfucker and he deserves it. But in all reality, this was the fight. This is the one. Jorge deserves it. It's the right point in his career. I'm really glad that this actually happened. And here's the thing, too. I don't think Gilbert's young per se, but he's not old. He's not on the last leg of his race. He gonna get his title shot.
Yeah.
No, Gilbert's all right. He's fine. All he got to do basically is pull a Tyron Woodley and just sit out. Yep. If Gilbert just sits on his hands, he'll get the winner of this fight. So no harm, no foul, for real. Like it ain't costing Gilbert much for this happening. I don't think that he'll lose his title shot behind it. So why the fuck not? Let's do Jorge and Usman. This is the fight that should have happened.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a more entertaining fight. If not, just the buildup will be. Everything about this now is better. And again, that's not the shit on Gilbert Burns, but it's just a fact, man. This is a way better, more high-profile fight now with a lot more on the line.
Absolutely. And look, when we got Gilbert Burns, there was a lot of talk like they're teammates, they're friends. Usman moved to Colorado with Trevor Whitman for his camp. So, he's not training with Burns. And, Burns is like, he's my friend. I know, but we're fighting. It was almost too nice. Right. And then, unfortunately, COVID-19 does us a solid. There's like double right there. But COVID-19 does us a solid. Gilbert Burns will get a title shot. Don't worry about it, ladies and gentlemen. He'll be back. But in comes in Game Bread. I am 10 times happy with the fight. Like I said, more on the line. There's already a build-up. They already don't like each other. If you guys remember back in Super Bowl, the last Super Bowl, they did their radio row. Jorge and Usman were in there. And Usman had a cast on his arm, I think. I forgot where it was. But Jorge and him had some words. And Jorge was telling him, like, hey, man, if it wasn't for that cast, you got your ass whooped right now. You're lucky you have that cast on. So we already have a build-up, a storyline. This sounds like fucking wrestling, but it's part of the game now. But either way, I'm hyped for it. I'm in. I'm ready. Let's do this shit. So that happens. Unfortunately, that wasn't the only COVID-19 casualty. Mike Brown, Jorge Masvidal's head coach, tests positive for COVID-19 as well. Masvidal will not have him in his corner, and he will not. Who's the gentleman's name? Gabriel De Oliveira, something like that. I want to say jiu-jitsu coach, but I'm not 100% sure. Also one of his corners. He already replaces he has 3 corners. He has to pick one more. And one of them is fucking Abraham Kawa. His fucking manager's gonna be in there. So that's weird. But
yeah, that's a little fucked.
Yeah.
But I don't think. Look, Mike Perry just want to fight with his fucking broad in his corner. So I mean, listen, truth be fucking
told, what I was saying.
I think Jorge will be all right with a jiu-jitsu coach. Like, he'll be all right.
I'm telling you right now, if I'm Jorge Masvidal, I'll call up Valerie Lareda just to get her in my corner. Just because fuck it. That'd be my move. Anyway, all right. So then also in the news, and I think he's also an ATT guy, which is why I kind of mix it in here. Pedro Munoz also tests positive, so he's out of the Frank Yeager fight. So he gets pulled, obviously. And then rumors are that Aljamain Sterling's going to get that fight. So let's see what happens. And then also UFC 251, Paul Felder will not commentate due to a possible COVID-19 exposure. He tested negative, but he was exposed because apparently he sat next to Dean Thomas, who tested positive and he admitted so on Instagram. And so he's taking precautions. That was Bisping was the one that put that out. So you know, rather be safe than sorry. He's quarantined for 2 weeks and all that. So we're handling all kinds of shit. It's only Wednesday, folks. We don't even have weigh-ins till fucking Friday. All right. Friday we get fucking weigh-ins. So for the next day and change, where everyone's gonna be holding their breath, like, what the fuck else is there? Like, the only thing we need now is for Dana White to test positive for COVID, which I don't know how he has it. How the fuck did he avoid it? But everybody else is getting it. You know what I'm
saying? Honestly, man, I don't know whether to be terrified or stoked to be alive during this time right now. It's such a weird, strange, unique time to be alive, man. Especially when it comes to shits like sports or fighting. Like, who knows what should be done or should not be done? All these fucking masks, half the people wearing them, half the people not wearing them. It's fucking chaos right now, man. Like,
it's so crazy. It's just weird. It's like the best and the worst of humanity all at once. It's like, it's just, look, man, whoever makes a documentary of 2020 is going to get all kinds of awards, dude. Like, I don't think you could do a documentary wrong on this shit if we all make it out of this year anyway. Anyway, all right. Otis, what's up, my man? This is great card this Saturday, in my opinion. I agree with you. Main card is fire Saturday. What's up, ELC? MMA God's in the house. Happy for Gamebird. This is a win-win for him. 100%. Of course he is. It is. Liam, what's up? What's up? Head kicks in the house. Otis says, I can't wait for Rivas, who's fighting Paige Vanzant. We're gonna talk about this card here in a minute for sure. Head kick says more hype on this main event. Yep. What else we got?
Oh yeah.
Oh, here we come. Here comes Otis with all the fight announcers. Oh, what's up, QC? Hanging out on Periscope. Otis says Glover Teixeira versus Thiago Santos for September 12th. I like that fight. Mostly because Glover Teixeira has some fucking balls to get in there. I didn't know Thiago Santos was 36, dude. He looks like he's 30. Maybe. That's fucking nuts.
Listen, man. I tell you what, dog. I know it's popular to hate on DW these days with all you little hipster young MMA fans, but I'm telling you, man, the motherfucker knows what he's talking about in this fight game. Yeah. And he said, and calm down, all you snobs. He might not have been the first one that said it, but God damn it, he's the one that coined the fucking term. And it just could not be more true, man. Styles make fights.
100%.
Thiago Santos is a bad motherfucker, but let me tell y'all something. Y'all better stop playing with Glover Teixeira.
Yep.
Don't get caught up because you've seen Alexander Gustafsson land like 13 uppercuts in a row. Glover is a fucking vet, and he can bang, as he showed us in his last fight with Anthony Smith. Do not just assume that Thiago Santos is going to hammer Glover Teixeira, because Glover Teixeira can handle those. Like, again, he got outboxed by Alexander Gustafsson, but Gustafsson's an animal, man. Do not let that get you the wrong idea about what Glover could do in there. That's a lot closer fight than people think. Now, I would take Thiago Santos in that fight, but not happily. Like, Glover is not the sort of guy for you to overlook. He might be a little old, but he's tough. He's gritty. He's got good hands, really great jiu-jitsu. Like, he's not the guy to overlook, dog.
Look, man, one of my friends texted me about this fight. He's a huge Thiago Santos fan. And he's like, oh, man, Thiago just got Glover Teixeira. He's going to fuck him up. And I'm like, please have Thiago Santos overlook Glover Teixeira. Please let him overestimate Glover Teixeira. Please let him do it, because your boy's about to get snuffed. If anybody goes in there against Glover and just goes, oh, this will be easy, old guy, fuck out of here.
Somebody shared a video on Twitter the other day, and I can't remember who it was, so my apologies for that. But it was a video of Gegard Mousasi knocking out Thiago Santos at UFC 200. I didn't remember that fight. I didn't remember the sequence or nothing, but they showed it, and Gegard had got the takedown, and as Thiago Santos was getting up, Gegard knocked the fuck out of him and knocked him right back down on his ass and jumped on him and finished the fight. Now, I say that to say this. Glover can do that. Glover's got very good offensive wrestling, and he's accurate with them hands on those transitional periods where you're getting up, coming out of the clinch. Glover's the type of cat that when you're breaking out of that clinch will knock the fuck out of you with an elbow or an uppercut. He's a gritty veteran, I'm telling you. I dare I say I like Glover in that fight. I think Thiago Santos will win. He's definitely rightfully the favorite, but I like Glover as an underdog in that fight, man.
And I do too. And honestly, I'm one of those guys that's like, man, we went for the old guys, but I'm still like the thing with Thiago Santos too is he's coming off a loss to John Jones, which again, title fight, and honestly, I thought he won, but whatever. But also 2 knee injuries and knee surgeries and all that comes with that, right? So keep that in mind, folks. He's not like, I got to give it up to Santos too. He's not jumping into the fucking kiddie side of the pool. He's coming in like, fuck it, give me a killer, and he got one. So this is very much to me sort of like a high risk, high reward for Santos, but we'll see. Let's see what else we got. Oh, this also brings up Cody Stamann versus Jamie Rivera for July 15th. That's a good fight. That's a really good fight, actually. That's a really good fight. All right, let's see. ELC says Volkov majorly oversensitive and all passive aggressive to all things Max. Oh, Volkanovski. Yeah, so Volkanovski said Max Holloway was kind of being like low key salty or something. He said some shit like that. I don't know. I think he's whatever. I don't know.
I'm gonna say it. I'm sorry, but Volkanovski bores me. Sorry, he bores me. He's a good fighter, but
I like watching him fight.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. But he bores me. It's Matt. There's something about being a star or just being intriguing or interesting, and some guys just got it or they don't. And for all of me, for my money, I mean, shout out to the Australians out there that love him because he's a hometown guy. Volkanovski just doesn't do it for me, man. He's a great fighter, but put to you like this. I'll be rooting for Max Holloway with all my fucking heart and balls come Saturday. I tell you that. Sir.
Look, I'll say this about Volkanovski, and I actually thought this when I saw a video of him talking. He's very much demeanor. I'm not comparing him in skill way whatsoever with this dude, but demeanor wise, he reminds me of a GSP. Except GSP said, "I'm not impressed with your performance." He also went back and forth a little bit with Nick Diaz. GSP, you know what I mean? Like GSP had a little bit of fire to him. Volkanovski, I'm sure does. We just haven't seen it. But I would love to see one of those. I'm not impressed by your performance or whatever.
GSP was cheating his tits off. I don't care what none of y'all say. He's been popping roids, greasing. He got abducted by aliens and shit. George is a wild boy, but y'all think that motherfucker ain't cheating and fucking all the whores in Toronto. You're out of your mind.
Good for him, by the way. By the way, and also Volkanovski, I saw the video of him, the countdown had him working on his leg kicks and shit. Like, God damn it, Max, you better have some shit planned for that shit. All right. What else we got?
Also, let me just say, I don't want to get hung up on this too long. I thought Max won the first goddamn fight. And all y'all suck my dick. I know we argued about that shit the first time, and everybody gave me shit for it, but I thought he won the first fight. I know it ain't a rule. All y'all kiss my ass. I feel like if I'm the champ, you got to take the belt. If it's 100 people in the room, and at the end of the fight, 50 think you won and 50 think I won, guess who keeps his belt? I'm still the champ. You did not take my belt. I'm sorry, but that's how I felt with their fight. It was a close fight. If you gave it to Volkanovski on points, fair enough. But was Max hurt? Was he ever close to being finished? Did he look like he didn't want to come out for a round 6? I'm sorry. If the champion at the end of the fight is going, let's go, and he's not busted up and beat the shit, for me, it's hard to take his belt. I'm sorry. I just don't. For all me, Max is still the champ in my book. Volkanovski needs to come out and put a fucking dog shit beating on Max. Take this belt.
Honestly, I'm with you. All right. We'll talk about that. We're going to break down the card here in a minute. We'll make our picks and all that shit. Otis says Claudio Daly versus Yonan for September 26th. That's a Fight Island. No, that's not a Fight Island card. I don't know. I'm not sure. It should be. Then we got Uriah Hall versus Yoel Romero for August 22nd. That, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a fucking fight.
I'm surprisingly pumped for that fight. And maybe it's just because I seen the tweet that fucking Uriah Hall put out saying, or maybe it wasn't a tweet. Cyrus, I think, might have tweeted the link that Uriah did an interview, and he said that he's going to come after Yoel. He wants to make a statement in this fight. He wants to get a title shot. Now, if he's telling the truth, by God, I love it. I love it. And you know what, Yoel? Pull that fucking bullshit again, son. Come out and put your fucking arms in front of your face and let's let Uriah do a fucking 720 spin kick on your fucking abdomen.
Right. Oh, man. All right. Moving on. MMA guy says, I'll just staying home now, not going to Fight Ireland. Oh, come on.
Fuck's sakes.
Fucking hell. Here's the thing, and as soon as that came out, my first thought was Aldo can't get out of Brazil. Like, if y'all don't know, Brazil is in some shit. Their president has COVID, and he jumps out on cameras trying to pretend like he don't have COVID. Fucking nutty motherfucker. You out of your mind. We see your lips, bitch. You look like you're dead. But anyway, so that's what I thought. I thought it was gonna be for Aldo, but no. Turns out, Pedro Munoz test positive out of the fight against Frankie Edgar. So I immediately thought, oh hell yeah, Frankie Edgar versus Aljamain Sterling, sure. And apparently staying home now, so that kind of sucks. I was kind of expecting that.
Look at COVID out here doing the Lord's work. Took out Pedro Munoz and put in Aljamain Sterling. By God, COVID's being nice to the MMA world, for fuck's sake.
For once, right? Otis also brings up Michelle Waterson versus Angela Hill for August 22nd. Look, I don't care what anyone says. If I wanted to see two strawweights fight, this is the fight. I love the fact that Angela Hill jumps in at any fight. She's like a bad bitch. She's like, fuck it, let's go. And I'm a Michelle Waterson fan. This is a win-win. I love this fight.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm drinking a little wine tonight, and I'm feeling a little all right. But for all of me, this is probably the sexiest fight in MMA history. Ooh. Y'all keep your Paige Vanzant.
Yeah,
I like me some ethnic trim, Jack. And this right here is what I'm talking about. I just want to see these two grapple.
Yo, I was talking to somebody that said that they're like, this Angela Hill's just not attractive to me, and I'm like, you're out of your fucking mind.
No,
you out of your mind. That chick is fine as hell.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, you got Michelle Waterson too.
Yeah, I think they're both married. They'll be too fucking rude, but listen.
I mean, yeah, look, we're complimenting. That's what it is. Anyway, not to mention, I'm not the one putting their pictures out there like that. So, all right,
just throw myself out there as a cuckold. If their husbands are into that, I'll fuck the shit out of them for their husband. Throw that out there. I'm not shy.
Oh man, all right. Liam's, yeah. What's up? Liam says that Eddie's right. Not counting on any of it happening until Saturday evening. Yeah, I mean, until the fights happen is when it happens. This COVID thing's fucking shit up left and right. Give us a couple, handing us a couple winners, but still, I'll just say title fight or nothing. Is that real? I don't know. If
I think a Frankie Edgar fight would change that. Although, wait a minute. Don't Frankie and Aljo train in the same fucking sort of region there?
Same region. I don't know if they train the same.
Would that be a conflict of interest with them fighting each other? Would that be a thing? Because it's like Henzo Gracie and then Matt Serra. And
yeah, I don't know.
Connection there, maybe. I didn't think about that, but I know they're not the best of friends. I know it's not quite like you know, Team Sarah per se, but I know there's a connection. I know those guys like train together, or those gyms rather.
Right. Okay, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I haven't thought about that. But if he says title fight or nothing, I'm down with that.
He's got a right to say it right now, as far as it goes. He could do that, and he'd be justified.
All right, Daniel Rodriguez hit me up on the Facebook Messenger. I see you, bro. If you're watching, we'll get to that. I promise. Let's see. Relieved that Frankie isn't fighting Pedro, if I'm being honest. Yeah, Frankie was gonna have a hard fight in that one. Yeah. All right, Mateo, what's up, my friend? Reba's gonna smush Paige. I don't see how she won't. Paige is already talking about leaving. When you're about to fight and you're already talking about not being in that promotion anymore.
Good.
I don't know how confident you are.
I can't stand Paige Vanzant. You know what Paige Vanzant reminds me of? She reminds me of the broad that's like really hot, that's a horrible lay. That because she's hot, she just lays there and doesn't do nothing. She fucking dances all bad. I can't stand Paige Vanzant. Somebody posted something today, was like, if unseasoned chicken was a person and it was like Paige and her boyfriend dancing and shit. I'm like, you know what? That's really fucking good. That's true. Sounds white ass on my Twitter.
Take that shit off the Bellator, bro. All right. What we got? Well, who said that? I don't know. I'm trying to find. I don't know where this came from, but suddenly they're talking about hipster young.
Hipster who?
This. LOL, hipster young. I'm ancient. I know. I mean, I know you said it, but it's just like, okay, well, all right. I'm glad to be called a young hipster. There you go. Glover got that old man strength. Glover got that old man fucking experience.
Right.
Sean Tracy says, what's up, bro? Santos is hooked up with the hot Russian. Oh, the girl from what's her name?
Wasn't she the one broad that Cyborg threw a beat in the one time? Kunta Kinte?
I don't know her name, but I know he's talking about. Glover might win this fight. I may throw a small wage, like $20 on him. I mean, depending on the odds, I would too. MMA guy says the bubble is so tight on Fight Island. Don't think any fighters will get COVID. More worried about weight cuts, but it's hot as fuck there, so it shouldn't be a big issue, right? And we'll talk about the Masvidal 20-pound thing. Look, y'all saw my tweet, and everyone jumps on it like I was like, oh my god, how are they gonna do 20 pounds? 20 pounds was fucking normal. I was talking 20 pounds on 6 days notice, which, by the way, I don't believe for a second this guy hasn't been training the entire time and wasn't ready. He's been fucking ready. But 20 pounds when you still have to travel 18 hours and then you land, you still got to get acclimated to everything, can be a challenge. It probably won't be for that dude because I don't believe he's 20 pounds over. But that's what I meant. So relax, people. All right. Peter Yambas Alder, what's up, Jack? Yeah, dude, that's a firefight. That's gonna be a good fight. Peter Young's a scary motherfucker, dude. So that's gonna be a good fight. It might even steal the fight of the night, maybe. He also says only COVID worries if they came with it, but too early for that test. Yeah, no. At this point, we'll see. Tucker Santos' left leg may still be all jacked up, but shit, I don't know anything about that. Guess we'll see. Hey, look at this. Heck, he says glad we all got love for Glover. I'm liking the love for the Glover on here. Dude, Glover's a G. He's an OG. You gotta love him.
What? He's grown on me too. I didn't love Glover at first because, like, at first he came in with this major hype, Chuck Liddell's protege, and I was like, oh shit. And then John threw him a beating, and he took a few other beatings. I was like, well, fuck, maybe he's not that guy. But he's been around so long now that I think he's earned it, especially with that last performance against Anthony Smith, man. You know, I can't stand Anthony Smith as a fighter, and he's a very, educated guy, but whatever. I judge motherfuckers on their fights. You know what I mean? Like, I don't particularly love the way he fights. Whatever. Kiss my ass.
Yeah. No, I mean, it is what it is, man. But still, the fact that look, when someone throws you a beat in the way that to the point where people are like screaming at their TVs, begging your corner to stop the goddamn fight, the other dude's a bad motherfucker.
Well, the point that I was going to make is, as much as I don't care for Anthony Smith, I thought he was going to beat the fuck out of Glover. I thought that was Glover's going away party, and Glover came out and showed me a thing or two. He looked fucking great in that fight. So
yeah, I hate to say I picked Lionheart in that one. Fuck me.
Yeah, same. And I don't even like him. But I thought Glover was finished, and by God, he's not. All
right. QC said that major knee surgery at age 36 is pretty crazy. Yeah. No, I mean, look, he's gonna come back. I think he'll be fine, but we'll see. A lot of times guys come back from knee injuries in a weird way. Mateo says Max has been salty, in my opinion. I haven't seen much of what he said. I want to see whatever's on his Instagram and everything. So I guess. Fella covers Zaleski. That is on this card, I believe. So, I think I know. I'll pull up the card in a second. Sean says I agree with Fred. Volk bores me. Maybe not forever, but I never look forward to a Volk fight.
True. I mean, I won't say that I don't look forward to him fighting, but that's I don't give a shit about the build up, his goofy fucking Australian accent. Like, and I know people probably tune into the show. Some people would think, what a fucking dick. I'm just, everybody show respect one of the fighters, not just tear him right the fuck down, but it's nothing personal. Right. I love watching the guy fight. I'm just keeping it a buck. As far as all the extra shit goes, he's just not that interesting. I'm not fucking saying he needs to run out and be Conor, but, listen, there are a lot of interesting personalities in this sport, from Jorge Masvidal to Conor to Mike Perry to John Jones to Daniel Cormier. The list goes on and on. But Stephen Thompson, being the little weirdy beardy fucking Jesus goober he is, at least he has a thing, right? He's this little very nice guy that maybe you don't like because he's so nice, or maybe you love him because you think he's like the fucking second coming of George St. Pierre, but he has a thing. Mm-hmm. It's like one of those deals where the last thing you want people to be towards you is indifferent. And I guess that's just how I am with Volkanovski. Yeah. I don't hate him. I don't love him. I'm just indifferent. I like the way he fights, but all this shit up to then, it's like, I don't know. Tell me something. Give me something to get fired up about, man.
People will DM me or tag me in posts, or even like friends will send me shit. And I know I know a few big time Volkanovski fans. I'm getting shit all week from him, right? But I've never clicked on one interview from Volkanovski because I don't care to hear him talk. Not because I'm sure he's a nice. Look, he is a nice guy. I'm sure, right? And I'm sure he says something in those interviews, but it's nothing that makes me want to tune in. When Max Holloway talks, he's either funny or he's saying like some real shit, and I like that. So,
and here's another thing. Let me say this: Volkanovski hasn't been around very long in the public eye. I didn't love Max Holloway immediately either. I mean, he's been around for fucking 7-8 years. We've watched him grow up. We've learned his personality. So it very well could change. But for now, when Volkanovski fights this weekend. He's defending the belt against Max Holloway, a rematch. All these great things. And truthfully, I'm not that excited for the fight. I'm very excited for the fight, but it doesn't have that sort of huge fight appeal. And I think that's quite frankly because Volkanovski just lacks a little charisma, quite frankly. Peter Yan's kind of in the same boat. Very tough guy. At least he's fucking foreign, so he's got a little something going for him. But just kind of what happens if Peter Yan beats Jose Aldo? And again, I don't want to get too much into it because we'll get into it in a second. But it's like, not the biggest pay-per-view draw, man. What's he? He's been a little spicy on Twitter, but these cats need to really kind of step it up a little bit in that and just selling yourself, man. It matters.
And Volkanovski and Peter Yan are two examples of guys that I only tune in and watch fights because they're fucking terrifying when they fight. But other than that, don't give a shit about seeing an interview. Don't care about a press conference. Don't care about, he was on so-and-so's show. That's cool. Unless he's on our show. But on anybody else's show, I'm like, I don't fucking care. I don't, because I don't care. It's like, all right, dude, unless Volkanovski's kicking the shit out of somebody and then taking him down and fucking him up, or unless Peter Yan is catching fucking Uriah Faber on the end of a combo with a kick to the head and then dropping him, I don't care. So that's just this reality of this game now.
And I will say that I think it is just a matter of finding your story. I think everybody's cool. Everybody's interesting. Everybody has a story to tell. You just got to find the right angle and put it out there to people. Look, maybe he supports Trump. Maybe he hates Trump. And all y'all suck my fucking cock. I know. We need less politics. Fuck off. The truth is, it would help. It would be something to make you care or not care. Also, side note, and I would like to hear everybody watching's opinion on this quickly. Jorge Masvidal.
I know where you're going.
Is a Trump supporter.
He said so, yeah. Like a long while ago.
He was wearing a fucking face mask on the fucking thing. I mean, it's a fact.
Yeah.
How does he just not get no flack? Like anybody else pulls that fucking Trump thing out, and all of a sudden we hate him, and especially us. When I say we, I mean the heathens. I mean the Neanderthals. Like we embrace Jorge, the pot smoking fucking heathens. That's our guy. How the fuck is he so fucking cool that he's still our guy and he supports Trump?
Honestly, I think, and we'll see what people say in the comment section, right? But honestly, my perception is I don't believe him. I don't believe in what he says is the Trump supporter. I just don't. I think he's just fucking around. Because look, and the reason I say that is like, he's starting to. He's kind of ahead now. He's figured out this whole selling yourself thing, right? I mean, look, he fucking wore. I mean, look, it looks stupid to me at the time, but when Conor fought Cowboy, and he shows up in the front row with a robe. I was like, okay. And then, just this week, I think yesterday, he tweeted out the picture of him eating a pizza at Rome. He landed at Rome. He has a pizza, and everyone's like, oh my God, he's eating a fucking pizza when he has 20 pounds to cut. Stephen A. Smith fell for that bullshit too, apparently. I didn't watch him talk about it, but that's what I heard from somebody. But it's just like, he's trolling. I honestly think, me personally, this is my opinion, all right, is he's just fucking around because he understands what you say. You got to make somebody care, right? And Jorge's just that kind of guy, doesn't give a fuck. That's why I like him. He's very real. Whether or not he actually supports him, whatever, but he's a real dude.
Eddie, I love you. You're the homie. But I think you're in denial. I might be in denial. I think he just really supports him, man. But listen, to be fair, it's a testament to his gangster.
Right.
That he can do it, and we're all just like, yo, all right.
Yeah. We like him that much.
Yeah. Well, again, especially kind of his persona. It'd be one thing if like, okay, so Kobe likes Trump. Of course he does. Look at that fucking guy. He looks like he likes Trump. Yeah. Jorge looks like one of us. Jorge looks like he's about to fucking break down a brick and smoke a blunt and have a couple Cuban whores pop out of the back and start shaking their fucking tushies in a music video. He's fucking carrying on with the Versace robe. Like, it's so strange that he's a Trump supporter. And he's kind of so fucking cool that it just does. Who says it? Who calls him on it? Who says like Dana White? Anybody that has supported Trump has kind of got their cart pulled on it. Jorge openly supports him and mums the fucking word. Yeah. Nobody says a goddamn thing to Jorge about it, Jack.
Right. All right, I got to catch up on a bunch of fucking comments, so hang on for the ride here. Oh, Jesus. Mateo says, you're high as fuck, Fred. Volk won that easily. Watch him finish Max this weekend.
All right. Quote that fucking tweet or that comment there.
close but a clear victory. All right. Oh yeah, it was a close fight. Yeah. Brazil president is Trump mini-me. He's just darker Trump. Drunk Fred is more fun than Drunk Mike Perry. We'll talk about that in a hot second before we break down this card, because there was a video that popped out of Mike Perry being a fucking idiot, but he's a wild boy. Huh?
Mike Perry is fucked.
Oh,
but I love it.
Oh yeah. Mateo says Frankie just got stopped by Korean Zombie. He didn't deserve the Aljo fight right now. I highly agree. I just think Aljo wanted a fight that was like high profile, or deserved a fight that was high profile, but who all fucking knows. This is Paige Vanzant's goodbye fight. Everyone wants to see her gone. Paige Vanzant said she was gonna leave and strictly earn off her fans only account via Twitter. Right?
Wait, is that a rumor, or does she actually have one?
I don't know. I haven't checked. I don't know. If she gets it, I'll be curious. But I just, if her dude's on it at all, I won't give it. I'm not. Nah. You know what it is? You know who'll have it? The underground will have those fucking screenshots.
You know what? I've completely changed my stance on this. If these fucking broads get a OnlyFans, I'm buying it immediately. What? I got money. What is it? 15, 20, 30? And I get to fucking see her little nasty snatch and her tits and whatever. I'd do it just out of spite to say I've seen it.
Oh, shit. Okay. Very quickly. If you could, if one fighter, all right, anywhere, any promotion, if you can get them to get an OnlyFans account, so you could buy in on it, who would it be?
Oof.
It's a good one, right? Hard question.
It's a really good one.
Yeah.
It depends on what kind of content they're putting on there, to be fair. But I mean, if we're going for the fucking gusto here.
Yeah, let's say gusto.
Probably Michelle Watterson.
Oh shit!
I mean, I like the Valerie Latoro and fucking all these broads with these new broads with the big asses. They're fun, but there's something to be said about an older broad that could she got a couple. Or no, she don't got a kid, does she? Does she got a kid?
One kid.
Okay, hey, listen, fucking moms know what they're doing, son. She knows how to work a pole. The older broad, fucking. I'd like to see her. Okay, we need to stop.
There's something to be said about experience.
I'd pay to see her do some things. Let's just put it like that.
Okay, we're gonna get fucking. I'm gonna go with Tracy Cortez. That one's easy for me. All right. Should Paige Vanzant go to Bellator regardless of a win? Yes. Just
no.
Yes.
No.
Come on. Why would she stay?
Well, okay. What do I want to hear?
Why would they keep her?
If she wins, I mean, she's still fucking marketable, man. Look, again, you know what? I'm not with Paige Vanzant. I'm not indifferent.
Mm-hmm.
When she fights, I want to see her take a fucking beating. I'm that fucking evil prick.
That's a good point. People care.
It's like, I care one way or the other. Even if I talk shit about her, I care, and that's a good thing. So if she can get the W and she can keep that train on board, I think you got to stay with the UFC at that point. But if she loses, I think Bellator is a great idea. I think Scott Coker's a perfect fit for her. Scott Coker will know exactly what to do with her and how to promote her. That is, if Bellator ever fucking opens their gates again. Listen, that's another thing. All you fucking MMA hipsters and you journalists out there, I ain't seen your goddamn articles asking where Bellator's at. And I'm going to tell you something right now. If they don't get on the train, they're going to be fucking ancient history is what they're going to be.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. All right. Oh, shit. Otis says, supposedly Garbrandt versus Moraes for October. That's a good-ass fight.
That's a really good fight.
Yeah. Talking about Paige Vanzant. Ideally, she goes to Instagram permanently. Yeah. She'll get paid more from there, I'll tell you that. Oh, shit. Ladies and gentlemen, MMA on the rocks. If you guys don't watch his show, he's a big... look, if I need a review of some kind of alcohol, I go to this guy. Because he just knows his shit.
Viking blood. Where we got here? A cherry hibiscus homemade wine from one of my homeboys, and it is fucking strong, and it ain't nothing nice.
God damn, chill with it, thing. I'm just kidding. I'm drinking coffee. Unfortunately, I can't drink right now. So I mean, because I gotta work in the morning, and I'm shitty with a hangover. To be honest with you. Daniel says Dustin said he was in his main training partner and kept training even after Burns was given the fight. Right, that's what I'm saying. I just don't believe for a second that he stopped training. So, all right, what else we got? I wasn't a fan of Wonder Boy's personality, but I watched him on Twitch. He seems okay. I haven't seen him yet on Twitch. I didn't know he was on Twitch. Everyone's on Twitch these days. We are. Hey, we're live on Twitch right now, by the way.
Nice. I don't even know what the fuck that is, but great that we're there. He's something though, you know. He's like a nicey sort of fucking pretty boy, normal guy prick. You know what I mean? He has a thing, even if his thing is being the nicest motherfucker in the sport. Again, I'm not indifferent. That's all that matters.
Right. Okay. All right. Let's get to the. Okay, here we go with the Masvidal Trump stuff. All right. Masvidal is pure Blue Lives Matters. Weird folk think he's a rebel. I haven't seen any of it. He said, most Cubans in Florida are Republicans. They escaped communism. That's a good point. That I did know. Except most I was watching a fucking who was Vlad TV, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He interviewed. I forgot the name of the gentleman, but he was like head of like the I guess Cuban like cocaine enterprise in Florida for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I believe it. So we'll see. Head kickers don't give a fuck who you politically support. I honestly don't either. That just makes for a much more fun environment when it comes to, for example, at UFC 241 when Kobe walked in and got booed and started getting booed and fuck you, Kobe was hilarious.
Right. I don't give a fuck either.
Yeah.
But if it'll make me, care about watching you get punched in the face, that's what we're here for. Like, I don't really care, but if it's going to make you polarizing in some way, fuck it. No sense in keeping it a secret. Be an atheist, be a Christian, be a Muslim, be like, let us know more about you so we can either like or hate you. It's just the people that we don't know much about. They're quiet. Unless you're fucking Fedor and you got this mysterious sort of fucking serial killer vibe to you, you need to let us know things. Some of us will like you for it. Some of us will hate you for it. But we get on the fucking wagon one way or the other.
Dude, even Karolina Kovacevic, who's the quietest, nicest person, had this like, I'm super nice. I'm gonna fucking murder you now. We're in a cage. Like, she had that going for her. That kind of work.
Yeah. When she fucking stand across at the cage with her fucking hands behind her back and her leg up on the thing like she's waiting on the bus. It was a thing.
And then all of a sudden she's in the middle of the cage fucking you up. All right, ELC says, I just assume Jorge supporting triple decided CT. Nah, I mean he's just Jorge. Like, maybe you're right. I might be in denial. I might be. I don't know, because just because I don't believe it, but maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm in denial. Who knows? Jorge has been a Trump supporter for a while, right? He said it a while ago, just like you said.
Yeah, I think the fucking the Cubans in Florida thing. As crazy as it is, I think a lot of Mexicans are Trump supporters. That shit sounds wild when people first hear it. They're like, yo, but I think it's the same sort of vibe. I think a lot of Mexicans are Republicans because of where they come from and what the idea of being a Republican is. And quite frankly, listen, here's another thing just to keep it a buck. Cubans and fucking Mexicans are really religious, very Christian. So like the whole abortion thing, they'd be not, maybe not young ones, but like older, like they, you know what I mean? Like they probably feel like that. The gay thing, they're probably like low key, like, we don't think the gays need to get married either to keep it a buck. Like, it's not cool in our fucking culture. Like it's so he probably just supports you, man. I find it interesting that like anybody in MMA who is an out Trump supporter, it kind of puts a weird tag on you.
Right.
And Jorge does it, and there's no fucking tag, Jack. He's got the BMF belt, and I don't even hear people really harp on it in interviews. Like nobody, like on Twitter, like he's known for it, and he's immune to people like giving him shit for it.
It's really weird, right? But it is what it is, man. Jorge's Jorge. But Aaron says Jorge can really become a megastar with a TKO win this weekend. If he can finish Usman, we have, I believe, like another like big time star, a guy that could go like, what do you call it, transcend the sport? I think he could. I mean, though look, I don't know if you've seen him on ESPN or not, but he's entertaining. Like he's entertaining like on interviews and shit. Even when they had it was, I think, the other day when they first announced the fight. They had him on the first take with Dominique. I forgot his last name, but he used to be a corner in the NFL. Dominique and Stephen A. Smith, right? And Masvidal goes like, before he answers somebody's question, he goes, "Hey, I just want to say real quick, because Dominique was on there with Dana White a couple weeks ago, and they actually sparred on the whole fighter pay thing, and he got Dana White red. Dana White was not happy about that fucking interview, so he was giving him props and shit." And it just made everything like it made like all three on the show like all chill and cool and like him and everything. But I think he could transcend the sport with a fucking finish, like a big finish this weekend.
Here's the thing, man. you're kind of only as big as your next fight and your next opponent.
Right.
And the thing for Jorge, listen, if he gets a knockout finish over Usman, that'll be big. There'll be a lot of people watching. But the most important thing about that will be what happens next. Because if Jorge wins impressively, if he wins in general, to keep it a buck, but if he does it impressively, then it's just icing on the cake.
And they ain't no rematch either.
No. Because if he gets the win, it's Conor or Nate next. And then you're talking
big time money.
Talking, and fame as well. Like, really, ideally, he knocks out Usman, and then him and Conor fight for the welterweight belt. Yeah. And I know. Yeah. Hey, I get it. Conor don't deserve it, so on and so forth. But here is the reality of the situation. If that happens and they line that fight up, it'll be the biggest welterweight fight in history. Yeah, George St. Pierre fans, eat your fucking heart out. Conor will come through and smash your boys' records. It's fact. Him and Jorge. It may well be the biggest fight in UFC history. Mm-hmm. Jorge Conor at 70 for the fucking real belt and the fictitious BMF belt.
Put it on the line, dog.
Probably be the biggest fight in UFC history, man. Like, it's going to be a fucking huge one. Jorge needs to win this fight. If he wins this fight, the next fight or two are going to be huge. And say they don't get the deal with Conor, they got the rematch with Nate, which is still
for the belt.
For the belt. Oh my god,
crazy! Look, and I said this a few years ago when that UFC first sold, and even right before that, when they started like fucking with the rankings and kind of ignoring them and just setting fights up. I remember saying, I was like, we are beyond the whole deserve fight thing. We are way past this guy deserves the title fight and this guy doesn't. That shit has been over for years, y'all. And I know you guys know this shit. It is about what is going to be a bigger fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just where we are. And it took me a minute to accept it, but I accepted it. That's why I'm not fighting you at all on the Conor fight. Does he deserve it? Like, deserve? No. But is that going to be a fight that they're going to talk about on ESPN, on Good Morning America, on fucking every channel you did not think was going to talk about fighting? Yes.
And here's just a reality of the situation. Is that not a fucking fight that we're all going to be extremely excited to watch?
Based on that pay-per-view.
I'm buying it. Hype, it's merit, and quite frankly, it's stylistic intrigue.
Yeah.
Fucking Jorge Masvidal and Conor McGregor is a fantastic fight.
Hell yeah.
You know they're going to strike with one another. Nobody has yet really outstruck Conor. Jorge is definitely not easy to outstrike. I mean, that fight is very intriguing. Does Conor deserve it? No. But will it be fucking good for everybody involved, including us watching it? Fuck yeah.
Yeah. No, and if they put Nate in there, I deserve, but will it be a huge fight? Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, look, he'll probably get the piss beat out of it. I like the Conor fight a lot more just because we haven't seen it. Like, real talk, we could do the Nate fight again, but I mean, honestly, Jorge kind of put it to Nate that first go round.
Right.
I just think that Jorge's, a better striker than Nate. I hate to kind of say it, but I think it's true. I think Nate might be a little more durable, but I think that Conor is a better striker than Nate. He didn't know how to use his energy right, and Nate can take such a beating that it's not. Nate's still a bad matchup for Conor, but in the first round of both of their fights, Conor beat the fuck out of Nate Diaz.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. He's quicker. He hits harder. He's a better boxer, at least in the early parts of a competition. So that first round with Jorge and Conor would be very intriguing. Now, once Conor gets tired, Jorge's bigger. We all know what happens rounds fucking 3, 4, and 5. Jorge's going, but that first round or two, Conor can fucking crack. He'll probably be a cut hair quicker. Like, that will be very intriguing. When those two fuckers get to the middle of the octagon and those exchanges start happening, I have no idea. Conor could drop Jorge or Jorge could drop Conor. That would be very fucking intriguing, stylistically speaking.
I'm with it. And honestly, like the mistake a lot of people make with Nate and honestly Nick, that a lot of fighters learned from Nick, but for some reason still don't know about Nate, is trying to finish either one of those guys in the first round is a fucking idiotic fucking move. Yep. You try to finish those guys in the first 2 rounds, you're gonna lose. You're going to 100%. That's why Condit did what he did. That's why GSP did what he did against Nick Diaz, and that's why a lot of these guys lose to Nate.
Jorge showed you.
Right. That's how you do it.
Yeah. You pop him, but you do not get overzealous.
Yep.
When he gets in there, you thump him and you back the fuck up. Because he's gonna take a bunch of those. I mean, real talk. You gotta be able to keep giving him them because he's gonna keep fucking taking them. And he's gonna pop you too. Because he's just so fucking tough. Nate Diaz, I swear to God, I would rather fight Francis Ngannou than Nate Diaz. Seriously. Because it's a one-hitter quitter, he knocks me out. Nate's going to punch me a bunch of times. He's going to hit me in the gut and the ribs, and I'm not going to be able to hurt him. Like, not that I could hurt Francis, but like Nate's like, I could probably hit Nate. Like, I probably wouldn't land on Francis. Like, Nate would probably let me tag him right in the face a bunch of times, and then just eat him and then beat the piss out of me. And that's almost more demoralizing. At least move real quick and just like, fuck. Just finish me. Like a Mortal Kombat. Like Nate would get in there and be like, yeah, give me a couple. And here's a few in your gut. And just beat you up, man. Nate's a fucking horrible person to fight.
Seriously. I've seen videos of him rolling with people and he just fucks with them. That's the worst feeling in the world. And so when you're rolling with somebody and they're just with you and you're hardest. Okay, so yeah. All right. We got a lot of comments. I'm sorry, folks. I'm going to skip a bunch of these. But Sean says he was obviously trolling with the pizza, but dipshits like Stephen A don't get what is an obvious joke. Plus, Jorge said Trump was a BMF back when the BMF fight happened. Hey, he showed up. He showed up to the fight. What are you going to do? I saw something where Jorge has fought behind a McDonald's backyards before U.S. president announced some fight island somewhere.
He did. Yeah. Jorge's There'll be a documentary made about him one game. I know but yeah, there'll be a big documentary made. I mean, he literally went from fighting in the backyards of Miami to fighting for the most prestigious belt on this planet. I mean, Jorge's it's a fucking storybook fucking story.
Yeah. Sean says Tracy Cortez all day talking about the OnlyFans. I'm with you. But then Liam says, no, Fred, Holly, preacher's daughter be nasty.
That's a good point. Holly's not quite my cup of tea, but I'll bet you she'd lick your butthole.
I'll tell you right now, Holly seems like the kind of chick that is like probably a psycho. You know what I'm saying?
Also, any guy out there that refuses a rim job, you need to worry about yourself.
Hey, you timed that perfectly because God's is like, I'm liking evil drunk Fred. All right, July 24th for Bellator. Oh, there you go. There's your date for coming back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it a fucking decent card or is it shit? Is there anybody on there that we should give a fuck about? Or July 24th?
I don't even know. We'll have to look at that fight and all that. So a lot of people who escape communist socialist countries are Republican. 100%. He's right. Mexico's closing border crossings into the states now. I don't blame them. They should. Let's see. Actually, just real quick story on that. One of my friends tried to go down to Rocky Point, which is like basically south of Arizona, and they got turned away at the border, and they threw a fit. And from because it was him and a couple of my buddies, and one of my buddies that was there was like, dude, he was losing his fucking mind, fucking yelling and cussing his shit. And the Mexican guard told him, "You're not in America. You have no rights here," and turned his ass around. I'm like, yeah, bitch. What was it? I immediately, as soon as I saw that headline, I was like, I thought of that Michael Scott fucking little line that he did. He goes, how the turntables, and it's just like, yes, that's exactly how that happened. So, I mean, shit, that's what happens. I mean, that tells you everything you need to know about how the world feels about Americans, and well, not Americans, but the country as a whole, and how it's handling this shit. So, it's what it is. All right, moving back to MMA here, folks. I'll embrace the chaos Jorge will bring and how crazy it will make Dana. Imagine Nate fighting for a belt. Dude, if Jorge wins the belt, Dana's going to have a fucking aneurysm. But if Jorge and Nate Diaz fight for the belt next because he can't get Conor, like Dana's just going to be like, dude, no matter who fucking wins, I lose. Like, I'll have an awful time dealing with them. Man, fuck him. That's his job. That's why he makes millions.
Also, yeah, look, you know what fucking the UFC and fucking their parent company, what they all need now is money. You know what Jorge Masvidal does is generate money. They might not like dealing with him, but here's the reality. And I like Kamaru Usman. I really do. But Jorge's going to sell more pay-per-views. Like, you're going to make more money with Jorge being the champion than you will with Kamaru.
Right. Okay. And we'll talk about that in a second. Okay, I'm going to scroll all the way down, trying to catch up here. All right. Let's talk about this this weekend's card here. Oh, by the way, yeah, we are a little faster on. Jesus, this is true. Sean says the Diaz brothers have fucking Terminator blood, right?
Sure they do.
So yeah, on Twitch we are like a little bit further ahead. I don't know. We're streaming on 5 different spots right now: Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, and Sportscaster. Okay, so I don't know which one is ahead, but they all getting the same content, so it's all good. All right, let's talk about this weekend's card here and pull up the card real quick because we got about 10-15 minutes where we have to go. Okay, here we go. All right. Early prelims on ESPN. I'm assuming that's also a Fight Pass, but regardless, on ESPN. First fight of the night, Martin Day versus Davey Grant. Again, I've said it a million times. Davey Grant's that guy that was on Ronda's team for that the season of Tough that she was on against Miesha Tate. Then we got Carol Rosa versus Vanessa Mello. Vanessa Mello is like a 2-fight losing streak, but it's against like real broads, so it's not like she's a punk or anything. So relax with that shit, folks. Then Raulian Paiva against Zalgaz Zumagulov, who I thought was a Russian, but he looks a lot like pretty Asian, if I remember correctly. So Marcin Tybura is, from what I understand, is not fighting Maxim Grishin. He's fighting this Romanov guy who's also doing making his debut. So I don't know why this is different than the UFC website, but if someone knows the answer on that one, let me know. All right.
There we go. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to bullshit you. They can give them fucking early prelims back to the Indians, Jack. I don't know who the fuck none of those people were.
There you go. All right. First fight on the prelims. This is a fight. Leonardo Santos finishes motherfuckers, and I know he's like fights every once in a while sometimes, but he's getting 40? He's 40, and he's getting Roman Bogotov, who's making his UFC debut. But if I remember correctly, that dude's got somebody on his resume. But
he's 10-0.
What's that?
He's 10-0. So that's
he's undefeated. But pulling up here, Mr. Santos Sherdog page, dude is undefeated in the UFC. All right, I'll just name his last 5. But again, not the most active guy, but it is what it is. Back in 2014, he beat Efrain Escudero. Then he submitted Anthony Martin. Then 2015, he TKOs Kevin Lee. It's a young Kevin Lee because it's 2015, so relax. Then he gets a split decision win over Adriano Martin. And then just recently, last June, knocked out Stevie Ray. So dude's got the skills. He's just not as active as you would think he is. And I want to say, did he pop for something? Does anyone know about that? I want to see he pop for something, but I'm not 100% sure.
What time does this start? When do these prelims start?
All right, these prelims kick off at 5 p.m. my time. So that's 8 p.m. your time.
Oh, okay. Nice. Perfect.
Yeah, all right. Then we got Makwan Amirkhani against Danny Henry. Then this is a fight. I forgot who in the comment section was talking about this one. Eliseo Zaleski Dos Santos against Muslim Salikov. That's a solid fight. And then Volkan Ozdemir gets Yuri Prochaska, who I want to say is making his UFC debut, right?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know who the fuck that is, to be fair.
I want to say he's making his debut, but
I'm not hip for it.
Let me see if I can find his stats here. Volkan's coming off that split decision win in like last December, and it wasn't. I mean, it was all right. It wasn't like super like impressive, but this is a Yuri guy is the cat that knocked out CB Dalloway at Ryzen this last December. So they're pretty high on him to bring him in to fight like as the feature prelim right off the bat.
Yeah, I don't know. Knocking out CB Dalloway doesn't quite.
The only reason I say is because CB Dalloway is one of those guys that doesn't get knocked out really because he just wrestles you.
CB was an 85er, right?
For a long time.
Volkan's a low-key big 205. We'll see what happens. But I don't know about that.
All right, a couple more comments here before we talk about the main card. Yeah, Eddie, Dana's worth like $300 million. He can figure out how to deal with these dudes. That's what he gets paid for. It is what it is, man. Hey, just Dana White, you asked for the job. If Jorge wins, Dana could stroke out somewhere down the line. Somebody called him because he had a video of himself, and he's like, people say that I'm red or whatever. He's like doing like a selfie video on Instagram, and someone said that he looked like a nipple, and that fucking killed me. I was laughing so hard. It's like he looks like a burnt nipple. I'm like, yeah, he does. Fucking hell. $500 million. There you go. Okay, what else we got? ELC says fucking cable here has now made it so you have to have top of the line box to buy pay-per-views. That's bullshit. What the fuck? Yuri's UFC debut will be fire. There you go. All right. moving on to the first fight on the main card, ladies and gentlemen, Amanda Ribas against Paige Vanzant. Nobody that I know is giving Paige Vanzant much of a chance, which is probably why she's going to win this fight. But who are you picking in this one?
I mean, Amanda Ribas. Ribas, how you put Ribas?
Ribas, whatever, you know what I'm talking
about. Yeah, look, dog. I think everybody that knows anything is picking her to win. Now, that being said, Paige Vanzant, like all jokes aside, she has been known to land some bullshit, to pull off the fucking random crazy strike. She's a big underdog. She doesn't have a lot to lose. All things being equal, Amanda should win this fight, but Paige could pull off some bullshit. I'd say it's probably 80-20. Amanda Ribas wins this fight, but you know, she'll have to be careful with Paige. Paige, well, for all the bullshit I give her, Paige, she's no CM Punk. You know, Paige,
not by a long shot.
She can fight. She can fight. Right. I think she's out of her depth in this one, but she's not to be taken too lightly.
Look, Paige has beat Kaylin Curran in her debut, Felice Herrig, Alex Chambers, Beck Rawlings with a switch kick, and then she just last January she armbarred Rachel Ostovich. She's only lost to Rose Namajunas, Michelle Watterson, and Jessica Rose Clark, who aren't punks. So you got to give her that much. The only thing is she gets injured. It's like she breaks an arm every fucking fight. So yeah. Meanwhile, Amanda Ribas is writing at least in the UFC. She's writing she's undefeated in the UFC. She submitted Emily Whitmire. She beat Mackenzie Dern by decision, and she just beat Miranda Marcos this last March by decision. So that's like I said, not a lot of people are giving Paige a chance. But I think because of that, she's gonna end up winning this shit. I'll look at the odds, and I might throw like $10 on Paige Vanzant just in fucking case she gets crazy. All right, then we get the rematch: Jessica Andrade against Rose Namajunas. No belt on the line for this one because Jessica Andrade got fucked up by Zhang Wei Li. But this is definitely one of those fights where that Rose probably wanted because, and I don't know if you remember that first fight, but I think Rose was piecing up Jessica Andrade until she got dropped on her head. Now Jessica Andrade coming out like, I'm gonna prove that it wasn't a fluke. I'm gonna knock her out again. Whoa, relax with that shit. But I'm gonna go with Thug Rose on this one, probably I'm gonna go by decision. But who are you picking?
Yeah, I don't like you said, man. That first fight, Thug Rose was beating the shit out of Andrade right before she fucking got that little fucking slam off. So smart money's on Rose. But to be fair, even before the slam, Jessica Andrade is a brawler, a bit of a brawler. She's not the most refined striker, and we've seen that, but she does pack a lot of power. So I think Rose will still be the better striker. I think basically the game plan is the same for Rose, but again, she should win this fight, but she needs to be close to perfect to win it. Because if she slips up just a little bit, Andrade can land a big punch, and we've seen what she can do in the grappling department. So, and not to say that she would dominate Rose grappling, but I think she's obviously a bit stronger. If she chooses to try to ram her up against the cage, get the takedown, I think she can play that game relatively well, too. Rose definitely could and should win this fight. She's got to be careful, though. She has to be on her fucking P's and Q's.
Right. Talking about the Ribas. Oh, I'm sorry. Hebus. You're right. Amanda Hebus.
Hebus.
But
true.
Hebus. She takes it. God's picking her too. So is ELC. Paige should be a live dog. She's like plus 800 or 900. Put $10 on Paige Vanzant just in fucking case. Let's see. Okay, talking about this one. Rose wins the rematch. And then Spiritual Rose for the win. There you go. Thug Rose. And then I like this one. MMA on the Rocks. My buddy says that as long as Rose learned to let go of that of a Kimura trap, right? That's what got her last time. I'm guaranteed. I guarantee she learned that shit. But still.
Oh yeah. Especially if that particular situation arises, it's like abandon that shit quick. Abandon all shit.
Yeah. Get the fuck out of here. All right. First title fight of the night: Piotr Yan taking on Jose Aldo. Piotr versus Jose. That's not at all how you normal people say the fucking names, but is what it is. So Jose Aldo, former featherweight champion, arguably the second best featherweight or best featherweight, depending on how you feel about it, of all time, dropped down to bantamweight. And I remember Aldo always talked about how he was fighting a weight class above, right? Taking on this, I want to say he's where is he from? Fuck.
Poland, maybe?
No. God damn it. I know the place. It's not like, it's like Russia, but it's not Russia.
Kazakhstan?
Nah, not like that. Fucking, it sounds cold. That's all I remember is it sounds like whatever. This dude trains in Thailand though. He goes down there, trains fucking with the Thais over at. I want to say it's Tiger. I don't know if it's Tiger Muay Thai, but doesn't matter. He's a killer. Jose Aldo doesn't throw leg kicks anymore. This is gonna be a wild fight. This is my dark horse for fight of the night, if not my pick for fight of the night. Hard one to pick for me. I'm going with the heart pick. I'm taking Jose Aldo to win his a belt in the second division, but he can't let it go to decision. He must have learned from Marlon Moraes because he came out and said no more fucking decision fights in this one. So I'm taking Aldo. Who are you gonna pick? Oh shit.
I don't know. I think the easy money or the smart money would be on the Pichor Yan. But I don't know. To be fair, I mean, who the fuck is Pichor Yan's biggest win to date? Uriah Faber?
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure it was his last win. So, you know, all due respect to Uriah's a bit long in the tooth. Like,
okay.
I want to go with Pichor Yan, but like, I would not be surprised to see him out of his depth and to see Jose put it on him.
I think Jose needs to use that vet. You know, he's a vet with a lot of experience. He's only like 33 or something like that. So he's got experience and he can still fucking fight. So I'm hoping he uses that. But we'll see. Piotr Yan has beaten first fight in the UFC was September 2018. So he moved up real fast. Holy shit. Jinsu Sun. Then he by decision he TKO'd Douglas Silva de Andrade, and that was a corner stoppage. Jesus. Then he decision John Dodson, decision Jimmy Rivera, and he head kicked the fuck out of Uriah Faber. So yeah, maybe I think you might be on something.
John Dodson, Jimmy Rivera, and Uriah Faber are his three wins. Jimmy Rivera is now fighting Cody Stamann.
Yep.
Uriah Faber is 163 years old. All due respect. And who was the first prick I named?
Oh, holy shit. Excuse me. Not John Dodson.
John Dodson. A natural 25er.
There you go. Let's see what we got. Sean's taking Piotr Yan. Then we got he's from Russia or in Serbia. Serbia, that's what I was thinking. Serbia. I was just thinking like it sounds cold. I can't remember the name of the place.
I was gonna call it Siberia.
Siberia. There you go. Siberia. Aldo just have a feeling. Serbia. Right. Serbia, whatever the fuck it is. Leaning towards Yan, but I'll be rooting for Aldo. Dudinka, Russia. There you go.
MMA gods. That's me too. I'm leaning towards Yan, but that's the one right there. That I'm fucking drunk. That's it.
I'm picking Aldo though. Jimmy Rivera was Yan's biggest win, I'd say, and I have to agree with him too. I mean, that's one of those. Jimmy Rivera should have gotten a title shot by now.
Yeah. At the time, I would say that when he beat Jimmy Rivera, that's when Jimmy Rivera was kind of fucking still like, about to get that title shot type shit.
So ELC saying that Aldo wins and then Aldo takes the belt from him. I mean, he should be next.
Seems very possible.
Yep. This Peter dude, I don't get the hype, but hype is a bitch, so I'm still going Aldo. There you go. Aldo stopped kicking. It makes me sad. And then what? I forgot who tweeted. I think it was G from OTV. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
She tweeted out, I think today or yesterday, something about has anybody ever asked Aldo why he doesn't throw leg kicks anymore? And the only answer I saw from there was that something about a motorcycle accident and then falling in love with boxing. I don't remember, but that makes sense. Rest in peace, all those leg kicks. I miss those. I still remember the Uriah Faber needing help to get on the fucking plane to get home after that fight. All right. Moving right along, ladies and gentlemen. Alexander Volkanovski taking a Max Holloway featherweight co-main event. We talked about this fight quite a bit earlier, but to me, it comes down to Max Holloway having a fight pretty much how he fought last time, minus the leg kicks. Like he can't get his leg chopped up the way he did last time. I know you felt like he won that fight. I still don't know. I can rewatch it now and be like, I don't fucking know. But I am gonna pick Max Holloway in this one. And I think it'll be a decision. But I just need him to avoid those fucking leg kicks this time. And honestly, try to avoid the fucking judges. Who are you picking?
Yeah, I'm going with Max. I think that Max gets it done this time. I think that he gets a finish in the 4th or 5th round. I thought the first fight was extremely close.
Yeah.
I would have to go back and rewatch it, but I just don't remember. I don't remember Volkanovski really doing that much. I mean, maybe he might have won, then maybe I guess your comeback could be, well, Max Holloway did even less. Yeah. But yeah, I just don't remember seeing anything that I feel like Max can't deal with.
Right.
I think Max is still the lengthy, longer, rangier fighter. If he can avoid those leg kicks, check a few of them, I think he's still going to put the hands to fucking Volkanovski's face a lot more.
Right.
I like Max in the fight. 4th, 5th round stoppage. TKO.
Right. And if anyone's wondering, Otis actually tweeted us the finish of Santos, Thiago Santos getting finished by Gegard Mousasi on Twitter. I just can't play here because we'll get pulled off of YouTube fucking quick. All right, let's see who everyone's taking here. I know I said Volk is boring, but I'm taking him. He'll outpoint Max again. It's very possible. He did it last time technically.
For sure.
Oh, here's a better explanation. Aldo has a severe muscle tear that made him stop training leg kicks. God, I hope he got back on it. Shit. Let's see what we got. Sadly, I think Sean is right. Volkanovski, but I'll be cheering for Max. There you go. Of course, ELC, the Canadian, is going to take their honorary Canadian Max Blessed Express.
Hey.
Let's see. Fred was drinking the homemade cherry wine when he thought Max won the first fight. Yeah.
You got to beat the fucking champ to be the goddamn champ. You got to take the belt. Goddamn champion needs to be fucked up after the fight for you to take my belt. If I can still hold my belt, you don't get it.
Jesus. Max is a smart dude. He'll make the necessary adjustments. Max is the pick. There you go. Volk has great feints, and it messed up Max's rhythm. I got Volk by late stoppage. All right.
Hard to argue that.
Yeah. Paige Vanzant, Volk, and Usman all going to win, and the betting shops will make millions. Yeah.
Ugh.
I might. You know what? I'm going to put some money on Paige Vanzant for sure. But I think maybe a parlay with those three would work.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to have Paige Vanzant on a couple parlays just in case.
Yeah. Watch the Max Volk fight without sound. Commentators sway opinion. Yeah. And again, I say it every time because I do the live tweeting for Cage-Side Press for pretty much every pay-per-view. So I watch the fights without sound on because I don't want, for that exact reason, I don't want to get swayed. But when I rewatch it the next day, I don't know. I never get really swayed by commentators.
Real talk, if I was judging a lot of fights, a lot more fights would be draws. I had to go back and watch this fight, but this is one of those fights that I think I would probably just call a draw, just because it's like it's so close and nobody was really ever hurt that bad. Nobody was ever close to a submission, close to a finish. Both guys want to keep fighting. Everybody landed their own good shots. It's like, call it a draw. Let's do it again. It's a draw, and we'll schedule the rematch. We need to keep going.
There we go. All right, the main event. Again, this main card kicks off at 7 p.m. Pacific time. It's 10 p.m. your time. So it's going to be a nice late card for you again. But the main event, Kamaru Usman will defend his welterweight title against Jorge Masvidal, the replacement for Mr. Gilbert Burns. This is, to me, a much more fun fight because, look, again, Gilbert Burns is going to get his fight. I don't want to at all make it sound like I'm putting Gilbert Burns down, like he didn't deserve this fight, or like I'm glad he doesn't have it. But I'm glad we got this replacement. We can't get Gilbert Burns. So I'm going to go. This is stupid. Not really stupid. I'm going to go with Jorge Masvidal for just kind of like, look, man, when a guy has momentum the way he does right now, and I'm, like I want to say a psychological edge over Usman, just a tad. Jorge Masvidal to me is one of those guys that pulls out some magical shit. You know what I mean? Like the way he pulled, and again, I know he's not going to cut, Usman's not going to go for a takedown the way fucking Ben Askren did, but Jorge Masvidal just seems to find something to exploit that he's going to keep in the back of his pocket and pull it out at the right time. And I'm kind of hoping for that one this time, and I'm probably fucking wrong, but I'm taking Jorge Masvidal, and I'm going to say he TKOs Usman, let's say like 4th round.
Yeah, listen, man, I honestly kind of agree. Here's the thing. I think stylistically, Jorge might very well prove to be a horrible matchup for Usman. Listen, people forget they might not like each other now,
right?
But for a very, very long time, Colby Covington and Jorge Masvidal were the best of friends and main training partners. Yep. If you think that Jorge ain't had a fucking lay and pray, wet blanket wrestler laying on him in practice, shooting double legs, getting him tired, holding him down, and on the side note, that's why Colby can actually probably box.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Jorge's got them hands. Obviously, Colby can wrestle. They were best friends coming up when they were both very young in MMA. You know, they benefited a lot from one another back then. And Jorge, I think, is very serviceable in the wrestling department.
Yeah.
Now, does that mean Kamaru Usman can't wet blanket him? No, I think Kamaru definitely is capable of that. But I don't think it's a foregone conclusion.
Right.
I could see a scenario in which Jorge is actually able, especially the first couple rounds. I can see Jorge being able to keep Kamaru off of him.
Yeah.
Now comes round 3, 4, and 5. I could see Jorge also getting tired, but them first 2 rounds, I think Jorge will be able to handle him or handle his own in the fucking wrestling department. And I think that I don't think that Usman will be able to handle Jorge's heat on the feet, so to speak.
Right. This guy. All right. So I did hear Dustin Poirier talking about that. You know, Jorge didn't stop, and he was flying in like higher level wrestlers and NCAA wrestlers just for him and shit like that. So if you think that Jorge ain't been training takedown defense, like you're out of your mind. So I'm hoping that he found a way, that he just got a lot better and he keeps his fight standing. But 1, to keep it super entertaining, but 2, because I want Jorge to win.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
he's been defending double legs for 20 fucking years. You know what I mean? Colby was hitting double legs on him 10 years. So yeah, like if you think that Jorge's not, you know, very well versed in training with somebody who's going to come in to wrestle fuck him, sadly mistaken. Now again, Kamaru's the best in the world. Be all that as it may, Kamaru may still come in and wrestle fuck the shit out of him, or just propose the wrestling threat enough to where he's actually able to crack Jorge on the feet, a la Habib Connor. You know, if he gets a couple takedowns and he gets Jorge thinking, then he might start lighting Jorge up on the feet, and that's what makes MMA so interesting. All things being equal, though, Jorge's a better striker than Kamaru, and if he can stop a couple of those takedowns, shit's going to get real dicey for Kamaru until Jorge gets tired.
Usman does not want to stay on the feet with Jorge. He just does not on the feet with Jorge.
No.
All right. Sean's picking Jorge Masvidal be a decapitation. Yeah. Okay. So Mateo says judges don't hear the commentators, but this is a good point. They definitely do nowadays. Sure, you could hear Bisping on the ring mic last week. Look, when DC's on there and DC commentates, like these fighters in the post fight are always like, yeah, I heard DC saying this shit, so I changed my plan up a little bit, and so it's like they can hear him. I just don't know if they're like paying attention or not. But back then, like when they were actually fighting in front of people, I'm with you. They don't hear the commentators. MMA God says Street Jesus will baptize Usman. I hope. That's honestly how I feel right now. ELC says Usman. Leo's picking Usman. But either way, I'm good, says ELC. That's true, but I don't think it's gonna make any difference. And hopefully it won't. Jesus, you don't want fucking judges listening to commentators.
Right.
Usman will be knocked out in the second round. Remember this post. I'm taking 4th round, but there you go. Aaron says, seeing the video on Mike Perry, the dude said, try it, motherfucker, then got blasted. Oh, we'll talk about that here before we end, because that was hilarious. Jorge 2.0 has been unstoppable.
True.
I switch between Jorge and Usman every day. Jesus, he's magical. I'm telling you, Jorge's fucking magical with some of the shit he does. Jorge needs to finish in the first or second. If not, I think Usman takes him down at will later. It's very possible. I agree with
that. I think Jorge can very well get that finish in the first or second too. But I do agree. Come 3rd, 4th, 5th round, I imagine that unless Jorge rocks Kamaru in the first round or 2, then it could be interesting.
Late.
Yeah.
Usman threw good hands when he broke Kobe's jaw. Might try to stand and bang. Ayo, shout out Stand and Bang. If you guys don't know, Fred Kirby and Aaron Robbins used to have a show called Stand and Bang. I don't know if it's still on SoundCloud or not, but those are always fucking fun. So just Google that shit. Look, I wonder if Usman's ego would get the better of him and be like, fuck it, I'm gonna stand with this guy. That'd be like the dumbest idea that he could do, but who knows? Maybe he's gonna prove a point.
It would also be the most impressive.
Oh, way impressive. If you stay standing
with Jorge and beat him and knock him out or catch him with a big punch, we'd all leave that fight being like, yo, like Kamaru Usman is that dude.
He's a motherfucker.
Right.
Woodley has better wrestling credentials than Usman, and Usman mauled him. Just saying. Yeah, you're right. And again, it just styles make fights and all the other shit that we talk about. But at the end of the day, it just comes to what happens on fight night. Usman has an ego, so it could happen 100%.
Mhm.
All right. So yeah, there we go. That's our little breakdown for UFC 251. And fucking again, I'll throw out the times real quick. Early prelims, and I mean, if you're gonna watch the whole thing, early prelims are at 3 p.m. Pacific time. It's 6 p.m. Eastern time. Then 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time for the prelims, and the main card kicks off at 7 o'clock if you're on the West Coast, and 10 o'clock if you're on the East Coast. So there you go with that. All right. Before we go, let's talk about Mike Perry. You see that video?
I was watching a little bit of it right before before he went live. I didn't get to the good part yet, though. I just seen where he was walking out.
So Mike Perry is losing his fucking mind. I don't know if he's drunk or not or whatever, but Mike Perry is losing his goddamn mind. He's with his girlfriend. You see her in the video, and she's screaming at him to calm the fuck down. Okay, they almost got him out the door. He's almost out the door. And
that's right when I stopped watching the video. They had him out the door, basically.
Right. So he's yelling and screaming and just, you tell me he didn't fucking touch me, whatever. And he keeps saying something like they're trying to get him to leave, and he's like, okay, well, you guys are gonna call the cops and tell the cops I did this and that, and they're gonna come get me and shit. And they're all telling him they're not. This old dude in the front, right in front of Mike Perry, says some shit. Like Mike Perry says, I'll knock you out, or I'll smack the shit. I don't know. He says something to the effect of, I'm gonna fucking fuck you up. And the old man says, try it. Mike Perry tried it and knocked him the fuck down. I don't know if it was out, but he knocked him down. The next part of the video is Mike Perry sitting outside with his hat on, and his girlfriend isn't just yelling at him. She is like throat burning, screaming at him that he fucked up. Mike Perry fucked up. Like, he fucked up bad. Like, he should not have done that shit. And it's on video on top of that.
Oh my God. Yeah.
See you later, Mateo.
Yeah, you can't. Later, bro. You can't knock out a civilian like that, man. This isn't a joke. And you being a professional fighter, you definitely can't just knock out a civilian, bro. Yeah, you're in trouble. You're in big trouble, bro. Yeah. If he chooses to sue you, it's an up and a shut case, and you're fucked.
It's on video, man. You fucked up. It's like the difference is had you done it in Ireland, nothing would have happened to you, because Conor slapped the shit out of an old dude too. Ain't nothing happened to him. And people are all talking about Mike Perry was Conor McGregor for the old dude, whatever fucking belt or title. It was fucking dumb. All right. I don't know what the hell's going on with it. What is you're not on my motherfucking side, bitch. Perry needs a friend. Perry needs help. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that. What else we got? A professional should never put themselves in these situations, period. 100%. Yeah. His girlfriend was shrieking at him. It was fucking like, what? Are you watching it now?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't want.
Okay, watch it afterwards then or something. No, well, hello, Turkey. There you go. I don't know what time it is over there, but if you're up late, appreciate it. When is the fight Kamaru vs. Masvidal? Saturday. Not only a civilian, he's an old dude. Right.
Yeah. An old man as well.
Yeah, he fucked up. It's just a fuck up.
I like Mike Perry, but that was a big mistake. Yeah, you can't go around punching people like that, dude. Especially not if you're a professional fighter. Major fuck up.
All right, last check of the headlines here. Anything else you want to talk about?
Nope, that does it. I'm fucking drunk. It's time to put the cork in the old wine bottle.
There you go. Bellator may expect to partner with Showtime Boxing on July 24th return at Mohegan Sun Arena. I don't know how they're gonna do that, but Scott Coker trying whatever he can. Good for him.
Stop being such a pussy, Scott. This is the UFC's fucking 32nd event since fucking COVID took place. Get out of the goddamn fucking cave, boy.
Right. Hey, thanks a lot, dude. Appreciate you hanging out. Mike Perry is if Conor was a Florida man. Right?
Yeah.
Shit. I saw this too. Whitaker's manager was arrested for stealing, I think it was like $1.5 million from a client. Apparently, again, that just a sign you need to cut some motherfuckers off. Just cut them off because your name is stuck to that dude. All right.
No shit.
If nothing else, ladies and gentlemen, you guys are the shit. Appreciate you. I'm gonna go check what the fuck's up with Jesse, but 100% sure he's fucking working and busy. So it's what it is. All right. Yeah, and see, ELC with it. Yeah, I'm sure he's fine. I'll hit him up, and and everything's fine with him. He's probably just working his ass off. He's his line of work. He's kind of by himself, and he kind of does everything. So, and no, he's not I know we joke around the free candy van, but still. All right, shout out to everyone that tuned in tonight. Our friend, a new friend from Turkey, ELC, MMA Gods, MMA on the Rocks. If you guys don't know him, find him on Twitter. Sean Tracy, appreciate you, man. Who else we got? Teo Fail. Liam. Who else we got? ELC, I said, I think already. Aaron, I hope you got to work good work. Apparently he was working out, he was hanging out with everyone, was watching us. Daniel was on for a while too. Otis. There's a whole lot of people on right now. So everyone that tuned in, appreciate it. Neil, the security, was hanging out. He said Mike Perry is fucked. Yes, he is. Yeah, everyone that tuned in, you guys are this shit. Catch you guys next week for another Keyboard Warriors. You can follow Fred Kirby at Kirby_MA. Jesse's at Spawat 1983. I'm at Elaw32. And of course, you guys know all the shit I say it all the time. Go to the websites, hang out with us. All right, the show will be on iTunes tonight and all the other platforms, fucking Spotify, iTunes, fucking iHeart, all the bullshit. We're on everywhere. Tell your friends about us. Subscribe, hit like on the video, and we'll catch you guys next week. So good night and good night, Wiltshire.